Welcome to Anish Weekly News Capsule. This is Narendhar Irukulapati. Let's move into news in detail. Merchandise exports look up. India's outbound shipments rose for the first time in 7 months, with merchandise exports registering a 5.3% growth in September, driven by an increase in demand for engineering goods, petroleum products, drugs, and garments. Exports rose to $27.4 billion while imports contrasted 19.6% to $30.3 billion, resulting in a trade deficit of $2.9 billion, according to preliminary data released by the Commerce Ministry ahead of schedule. Reliance eyes retail space. In less than 3 days, Reliance Industry has entered into 5 deals to sell stake in Reliance Retail Ventures Limited. Following the sell-down in its digital geo platforms, Reliance focus has shifted to retail with the acquisition of Future Group's business and global private equity firm Strategic Investors and investment by Mukesh Ambani's Reliance Industries Limited on Friday announced to raise 7,350 crore rupees from two investors, Singapore Sovereign Wealth Fund GIC and Global Alternative Asset Firm TPG, by selling a stake in group's retail arm. India unlocks, but MSMEs still reel under stress. Despite schemes for guarantee and for flow of credit, 76% of micro and 45 small and medium firms face credit availability issues, according to a survey done by K Ratings called Unlock India's State of Business. While large-scale enterprises said they reached at least 50% of production compared to pre-COVID levels, a majority of MSMEs had reached less than half their pre-COVID levels. Aviation sector improves, Minister hopeful volumes to return to pre-COVID levels. Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Puri said the daily domestic traffic reached 1.76 lakh passengers on October 2nd from 30,000 passengers on May 25th. Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Singh Puri expects domestic air passenger volume to return to pre-COVID levels between October and the end of 2020. Based on the quick increase in the number of passengers observed since domestic airlines restarted flight operations. He said the daily domestic traffic has reached 1.76 lakh passengers from 30,000 passengers when the civil aviation operations resumed on May 25th following a 2-month gap due to COVID-19 pandemic. Pentagon okays $90 million sale of space support for C-130J Super Hercules aircraft to India. In its notification to the Congress, the Defense Security Cooperation Agency said the proposed sale will support the foreign policy and national security of the US by helping to strengthen the US-India strategic relationship and improve the security of major defense partner, which continues to be an important force for political stability, peace, and economic progress in the Indo-Pacific and South Asia region. L&T mulling over exiting Hyderabad Metro Rail. Infrastructure major Lawson to Growth Limited is looking to exit from 18,000 crore Hyderabad Metro Rail. Mounting losses in the Hyderabad Metro is the reason for the infrastructure major to explore the exit option from the PPP project. According to the 2019-20 annual report of L&T Metro Rail Limited, which operates the Hyderabad Metro, the metro operator suffered a net loss of 382 crore rupees in the last fiscal year. Its total revenue stood at rupees 1,370 crore. The company reported a net loss of 149 crore rupees on a revenue of 1,634 crore rupees in the previous financial year. It has liabilities of over 16,000 crore rupees. Economic recovery will depend on the implementation of various measures. According to the IMF World Economic Outlook of June 2020, the global economy is projected to contrast sharply by 4.9% in 2020, experiencing the worst recession since the Great Depression and worse than the global financial crisis, this movement said. There are divergent views among economists, experts, and policymakers on the pace of economic recovery. While some predict a V-shaped recovery, others are not so optimistic. We may need to wait and watch how various measures taken by the government to ensure economic recovery pan out he said at the fourth annual day of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India on Thursday. Near future. India needs to collaborate with big countries, Goel. Think big. That is the message the Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has in mind. Addressing a webinar organized by Exim Bank, the minister said India needs to partner with developed countries with large market access like the US and EU and not nations such as Chile and Peru.